Hi, today I'm making chicken, cheese, vegetarian, all three quesadillas. And you're going to need cheese. I have right here Monterey Jack. I have mozzarella cheese. You're going to need onions diced. You're going to need 8 to 10 to how many ever flour tortillas you'd like. Peppers. Today I'm using sweet peppers. And oil. You're also going to need 2 cutting boards, chicken, 2 different knives, a pot of boiling water, and a pan. And first off, I'm going to chop up my peppers. Pretty small dice because nobody really wants a big bite of pepper. Clean them out. And you're going to start by slicing them pretty thin. And then dice them into little cubes. Also, here I have half of a sweet onion, cut off the ends, and like the pepper, slice them pretty thin. And dice them. You can use any kind of pepper you'd like, any kind of onions, any kind of fillings, because this recipe is one that it doesn't really have any measurements. It's what you feel. Also, you're going to need to cube your chicken pretty darn small, and you've got to make sure you don't use the same cutting boards, knives, and if you're not going to wash your hands right away, then you're going to need to make sure you cut your chicken second. Otherwise, you're going to end up with cross-contamination and salmonella. Okay, and after you've gotten your chicken all cut up, I have a pan of boiling water over here that I'm going to drop my chicken into for about 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, so now I have my chicken all cooked. It's white, no pink whatsoever. I'm going to put in a fajita mix. I'm also going to put in some quesadilla mix. You can add whatever seasonings you want, taco seasoning, salt, pepper even. And then you're going to need to mix it up. Fork is what I'm going to use. I'd say it probably works the best to just incorporate everything. And when you do, it's going to be all colorful and all that. And also I have a sheet pan right here that I'm going to lightly grease. And take my tortillas and fold them in half so they will not fall open. And then I'm going to layer some chicken in there in the first one. Trying to keep it away from the edge, close to it but not going over. Add some cheese, a little bit of peppers, and a little bit of onions. And that's my chicken quesadilla. Or if you don't like chicken or vegetables at all, you can just have straight cheese. And also, like with the chicken, you want to make sure to keep it away from the edge because the cheese will flow out and it will be very hard to get out these off the pan. And for my final one, I'm going to go straight vegetarian. Still, like all the rest, adding cheese, onions, peppers, but no chicken. And after you've done this, you're going to put it in a broiler. Okay, so I've just now taken my quesadillas out of the oven, let the cheese melt on top, then you're going to fold them in half and lay them in a nice warm pan with oil in it to give them a nice browning on both sides. And you don't want to overcrowd your pan because it just won't end up well. And they don't take much time to brown, but they do look good if you do. And they're a little bit more crispier. And if you just want regular quesadillas, just the cheese melted, that's it. You can just pop them in the broiler or the oven, whichever, and just let them melt. And so now the bottom of this tortilla is nice and browned. So I'm going to flip them. As you can see, it only took about 30 seconds for each side. And they look pretty good when they come out. And then you want to just transfer them to a plate. You can either put some paper towel on the plate or just leave it on the regular plate. Okay, when your quesadillas come out of the pan, they should look about like that on both sides. Nice and golden brown and crispy. And you can cut these however you want, garnish them with whatever. Today, I'm going to cut them into thirds. And I have a clean plate over here. You can just take and layer them in there. Just like that. And for garnish, I'm going to use sour cream. You can use salsa, you can use guacamole, sour cream if you'd like. And you end up with a pretty delicious product that you can just dip them in and eat them.